We'll continue with die Übungsbeispiele und Übungsentwicklung. First, we have Lehrwerkübungen. So this topic deals with what are all the available methods in the books today for the Phonetik-Unterricht. And it also says that these methods are not really thought through and they won't be enough all the time. But let's take this as an example and then let's find out what we can actually do. The book goes on to say that we have to develop our own recipe for doing this Phonetik-Unterricht. So als Lehrkraft muss man in der Lage sein, einfache und schneller einsetzbare Übungen zu entwickeln. So let's go with the first set of Übung. So it's basically word accent, and you have a description as to how to execute this Übung. Lehrer liest das Beispielwort vor, so the lecturer or the teacher reads the word. The learners or the students mark all the words, all the syllables which are being spoken in the text. Wörter werden nach Betonung zugeordnet, so they are supposed to order the words according to how they have been, like their tone was. Then the words are nachgesprochen, vorgelesen, they are going to be repeated and then they are going to be read out again. Wörter werden in anderen Kontext verwendet, they are going to be used in the different contexts. So this is how you can teach them word accent Übung. Then comes the Übung for teaching melody. So the same thing, the teacher reads the melody first up. The students mark the melody in the text. They will also fill up the commas, colons and semicolons accordingly. You are going to repeat the sentence or the word and then use it in different contexts. Mit der Tonaufnahme synchron mitgesprochen. Now we are going to combine this with the tone which we used for the words from the previous exercise. Then comes the Vokal and Consonant. This is the segmentale Phonetik exercise. Again, this time the teacher is going to repeat the individual vowels and the consonants. The students are going to now show with gestures as to which part of the tongue and what place and how it's being spoken. So they'll be showing that via gestures. Then you can actually do playful exercises by taking words from a jumbled box and then you read the word out and then repeat it and then you repeat it or use it in a different context. Then you have the typical Übungsbeispiele. So one example of an exercise is basically family names. Here, whatever the words you're going to exercise, write them on the board. Then draw a board or draw a house on the board. And then you ask the questions like who is living where, and then you have the family names of the people who are living there. That way you just repeat and then read out, and then you can have some discussion about the house exercise on the whole. You have one more example called as Stop. Eine Lernende liest einen Satz vor. So in this case you are going to read the sentence. The other students basically listen, and when there is an error, then the other students basically say stop. It can be one, it can be a group of people, but it's basically the first one to raise the voice to say stop, deemed as the winner. And the winner is now supposed to read out or continue reading the sentence or the text, and this repeats in a fashion. A typical easy exercise is the next one, which is called as Zungenbrecher, tongue twister, we call it in English. So you have an example here is in Ulm, Ulm und Ulm herum. So this is where you basically use a tongue twister. You can make your own tongue twister in German. The best way will be songs. Songs are the next one. They basically have an emotional factor in it, and that way you will be able to link yourself with the emotional aspect and correct pronunciation of the words. So just like how kids always learn album songs or cine songs, that's the best recommendation from the book for Phonetik Übung. Then we have top tips while doing these exercises. These are just for classroom instruction. So as a teacher, what are all the tips you can actually have, or you should have a checklist to do this. So first up, you basically control your Übungen. So you basically listen carefully how the kids are actually performing in the exercises, and use Geste, Mimik, Körperbewegung, so that they also understand what is being said and how is being said. Then tell them what each Intonation, Betonung, rhythm basically means. So Kenntnisse über Merkmale für Mittel. Correct their errors will be the next one. Obviously, as a teacher, that will be the most interesting or useful part. Give them interesting and creative exercises. So ask them to write or sing another lead which is from a different language to German, etc. Something like that. Always have enough exercises to automate. So always make sure that you give them enough wiederholendes exercise. Practice much more, mehr häufig, more often. Use an easily usable dictionary, and then combine it with other tasks like grammatic, word charts, etc. With that, the chapter comes to an end. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and comment to the channel. If you have any questions, then contact me via email or put down your comments, and I'll be able to reply. Thank you.